The way you write
Apparently, I have no idea how this works. No, I have no idea how this works, whether it will work. We'll see if it all comes together. And there will find out it's coming
No, we're not using the mega rules, and maybe they're using another screen. Besides, the current census is written nominally for mongoose, classic, mega, mongoose, and the rest of pretty much almost interchangeable system-wise.
Yeah, some of these
yeah. Right now, we need a
Mark was trying to make all things for all people all at once. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. No. I was looking at him. He had a stent put in earlier this year. It's supposed to be good, but we're getting pizza anyway. I'm like, I'm starving and he's eating squishes. So are you from this area?
No, I am from the greater Rotten Apple.
New York.
New York. Well, we'll forgive you. We'll forgive you.
The only really functional magazine for travelers.
I think I've seen that.
Yes,
There's a review.
I'm freelance traveler.
Yes, I know I've seen it.
Nothing else is pretty fun.
I only came into Traveler after I married Greg. I did not do it in college. In part because when I was in college, it hadn't been written yet. I'm a little older than him. Had it been? 79.
The first edition of Traveler is 77.
So nobody that I knew in college played that.
No, well, you went to a vaguely Christian college.
It was very vaguely liberal and Christian, you know. That was my parents thought it was real conservative. They thought they let me go. I didn't tell them that it was pretty liberal. It was in another state, so you know, I was like,
Well, hey,
I
listen,
never went home.
Right there, that's 2 pluses.
Yeah. I was out of state, and we could still legally drink beer.
You know, when New York State was going through its period of raising and drinking, they did it gradually from.
I went to college in New York. That's interesting.
So when I was in college, it was right around the time that they were starting to raise the age from 18 to 21, but they were doing it in steps.
So you didn't, so you were lucky?
So the new age was always set to take effect in November. My birthday is in September.
Oh, you were lucky. Now, when
So
I was in
always
college, it
literally 2
was
months ahead.
never even an issue because we could always drink legally.
For me, it wasn't much of an issue simply because I was never much of a drinker.
I was never either, but I honestly think that because you knew you could just go out and get a pitcher of beer with pizza if you wanted to, it was. I didn't. Maybe it was the crowd I hung with, but there was no binge drinking that I remember. I think it's because you didn't have to suddenly, this is money less and get it.
Well,
It was like you could always get it. I could get it in high school when I was 18.
In a way, that's what it was for me.
Yeah.
Except that in my case, my parent, is mostly my parents had it.
Oh, my parents were absolute chichokos, but they weren't in my state.
My parents, we were not big, my family were never big drinkers.
No.
Wine at special dinners, maybe.
We
And
never
that
even
was
had
about it.
that, but my mother was a nurse and she did rural nursing and she did give whiskey to some of the patients that were expecting these days. But,
Yeah.
and she introduced me to my first taste of whiskey when I was probably 14 or 15. I would go around with her on a round, but they didn't drink.
I was told at a relatively young age, point blank, don't sneak around behind my back.
Yes.
If you want to try, ask.
Well, we didn't have any in the house, and I didn't honestly like the taste of it that much. I'm not a big wine drinker. I like a nice craft beer on occasion, but I just as soon have a nice glass of milk any day. That's just me.
With me, I used to be more of a milk drinker than I am.
I'm still a big milk drinker.
But I don't
Chocolate milks are real luxury.
I don't outright avoid milk. No.
Now, I do have one bad addiction, and that's eggnog, but non-alcoholic eggnog. When the eggnog comes out, I'm a goner.
My weaknesses tend to be the odd flavored sodas.
Yes, and you can't get a good birch beer outside of Lancaster County. That's maybe not true.
I am about to try to verify that. I got myself a soda stream.
Really?
Last August, maybe it was August of last year. But
Dad was a birch beer connoisseur.
You found your way back.
Very happy with Soda Stream's flavors. Soda Stream,
Yeah.
In fact, on my live journal, under the tag soda, I have a
Is that the pizza?
of soda.
I don't know.
That can't be the pizza click, can it?
We'll find out.
Is that Megan I hear?
Early on, I commented about the Soda Stream flavor, Soda Stream brand flavors. If you want, I compared them to the major brands. Their cola.
Thought it was the pizza coming.
Is that Megan I heard in the background?
Yes,
it is. I guess the pickup is pretty good at this point.
Tell her and Keith I said hi.
Hang on a second. She's busy. Hang on.
Yeah.
Than like any of the neighbors. I mean, yes, the flavors were recognizable.
I like green soda is my favorite. And I so far like A&W the best. but I'll try any cream soda. Actually,
Cream soda, I tend to go to malt. For root beer, I tend to go to Bucks.
I'm not a big root beer fan. I mean, I can take it or leave it, but I love cream soda. Birch bark, it's got to be not too sweet. Sweet birch, if it's too sweet, I don't like it.
That's where a lot of root beers lose me.
Yeah, I don't like them when they're too sweet. I don't think A&W's, the cream soda is sweet. It's got a little bit of an edge to it that I prefer.
But for making my own, I'm going to be trying, since I get around to actually ordering the beer packs, Pittsburgh soda pops. They make syrups that are specifically designed. You mix them up yourself in your taste, and they give instructions.
Sorry, I don't mean
Yes, you can.
Because, I mean, like, there's a good orange cream would be a lovely thing.
Stewart's.
There he is.
Yes, Stewart's orange cream is pretty good. Pretty good.
That's my favorite. Was it an anarcho-capitalist, you told me?
Stewart's orange
Yeah.
cream mixed
I looked it up.
with cream.
It was the exact
Yes.
opposite of what I thought you were talking
It's
about.
got to be not too sweet,
Oh,
good
okay.
creamy, blended.
Yeah, I was thinking of
orange
anarcho.
cream.
What was the other one you
know what I
said?
was thinking was Doritos.
I
You know
don't
how to
remember.
make
There's a few varieties of
I used
anarchism.
to, but I don't remember.
I always think of
It's
Noam
been a long
Chomsky.
time.
It's basically half a
That's
glass
which
of
is
milk
it's like anarcho-socialism. Is this?
Right.
and chocolate.
Right.
Fox's
I had no idea.
Fox's U bet is the
Well,
best.
Glad to see you
But
make it. We should get a
can do
picture of you
can
so we
do
can actually
well
see you
with
at the
Hershey's or
convention.
Bosco.
Yeah, I paid my entrance fee.
I know. I
So
said that.
that's
I
what
said
we
to Megan.
had. Now, what did you say you think is the best
You gotta be able to get a screen capture.
Not,
I'm going to do a screen
Not
cap.
Fox's U bet.
I'm just learning how to use
You're
this.
not
How
going
do we
to find
screen
that
capture?
except where you have
There's,
there we go.
where you have
like a
a
lexicograph button.
population.
that explains it. There is not, well, there might be one in Boston, Brookline area.
Yeah, I think they just got a
you can
capture. I don't know what happened to it.
I know you can get it. I know you can get it
Yeah,
in
I think it
Boston,
saves it in
New
like a
York,
default directory
so I have
somewhere.
no idea what
Miami.
happens now.
Miami.
You gotta go find
Miami.
the directory.
Well,
Look,
yeah,
it's
where do you
too
think all the New York?
complex for
Yeah,
me
where do you think all
already.
the old New York?
My grandparents from New Jersey retired
So,
in
yeah.
Any of that,
On the
here you
other
are.
hand,
Tell Megan I said hi.
Oh, she'll be. I may bring her over because she wants. She said I missed my Mario. One moment.
Well, she's busy checking
Mario.
somebody in.
I'm gonna just
Mario.
Mario
Mario.
Butter.
CNS.
Super Mario. Where is he?
Super Mario?
No. This is Mario Butter. He's the one who gave you the bandwidth to effectively download to other people.
Hello, Mario. I've never met you before, but now I see you. I'm Greg's wife. Hi.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Joe. Nice to meet you,
Yeah,
Joe.
This is the first year I've missed Travellercom.
Oh,
I've been there with the other one.
you're here with us. You're kind of here with us. It's all right. It's all good. Skype is a wonderful thing. Or whatever this is.
Hangouts.
Hangouts, whatever.
Yeah, Google Video Hangout.
We did. His daughter got married. He has 2 sons in the military, and we actually did something like this to get him into the.
Hey, Megan.
Because neither of them could get me.
Yeah.
We
You got my. Thank
This
you.
has been-
I miss you too.
Yeah,
Uh,
I actually
do
put all
you
your
have a-
stuff just in case. What?
I was getting ready to say, you have a shirt for me, right?
Yeah, I actually brought it all with me just in case.
Okay. Yeah. No, I wish I could make it, but I can't. Actually, Greg might be shipping me some stuff too. So if you could put it all together in one package.
What do I owe you?
You said you might be able to wrangle me one of those packages that Mark sent.
Oh,
Oh yeah, no, I'll put
I
all
said-
that together for you too.
I'm sure that one of those packages, I gave the packages to Megan. Now,
Yeah.
now I will never find the 30th. It's supposed to be mine.
You don't you worry.
But I gotta.
All right.
But all I'm missing, anything else I can ask Mark for. It's dice and a couple of other things. I
Yeah.
don't know what.
Don't worry, I got one aside for you. And you know, you'll get your star also for this year. You're the only one. So shh.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
registration.
Well, it's like I was telling Keith, I paid, so I
Yeah,
should count.
exactly.
You paid, you get everything. You're gonna have the
You
package
get all
from
your
Mark.
stuff. Don't you worry.
I think Mark in some ways is trying to mend whatever fences need to be mended because of all the T5 bad publicity, but also to build it. So,
Yeah.
have you been able to look at Cirque as anything other than just an oddity?
No.
Sure. Okay. Not sure if anybody has actually run it but me, and I've only. It wasn't thoroughly play tested.
Well, I don't have a current traveler group. I'm trying to get together an online group, but I definitely want to use some of the stuff in your Cirque.
I actually think Tim Collinson either ran or played in Cirque over at TCon UK, because he did certainly take a good look at it and wrote a review of it for Freelance Traveler.
I got to go away for a couple minutes.
No problem. Just
I'll swing back in.
I'll be back.
I'll have to go. I'll have to go look at his review again because I don't remember. I don't remember whether he was just giving it a good look over, or whether he actually played it.
I don't know. So, as a matter of fact, I don't. Of course, you're not supposed to bribe honest journalists, but one of those. I don't know. Did you on the Kickstarter? I don't think you were.
No, I wasn't on the Kickstarter, but you sent me the pre-release, and I reviewed the pre-release.
Right.
And it did look, and at that point it did look promising. I've downloaded the full color version PDF, and I would have reviewed it already, except that Tim just recently did his review.
No, the full color is really just everything that's pretty pictures, but also I put in the full character generation. Example, I mean, a lot of this is examples of how it's supposed to work. I was going to say, if you didn't have a copy, heavens, you gave me a jump drive, I suppose that you snitched one of mine, had a copy for yourself, I wouldn't require the full thing. I'd exchange it for a jump drive. I'm not proud.
I'm certainly looking forward to doing the full review of it. The only reason I haven't cracked it from the PDF already is simply because Tim just did a review of it. I don't want to have two of them following so close together.
It would look like I was bribing journalists by giving him a copy, that he could put the fingerprints on too. Can't have that one though. That's the original proof.
No, I would.
Whatever mistakes are still in it.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't ask for the original proof under any circumstances.
I would. I have no shame. I thought you understood.
I don't because I know that the original author is going to have a spot for
You know what? What frightens me? I sent out a whole type box of stuff that many of these guys that I can find online to send us thank yous to people. I can no longer find. I think I accidentally put my one and only original because I cannot find it. I think I sent it to someone. So somebody has my notes on a few things scribbled in.
Assuming that the rights aren't all tangled up.
The rights have been untangled. Mark owns it.
Okay.
And I have not argued with him despite the fact that I basically, I had a pretty serious argument with English. Why it was never a too. But I said, no, you own it. You got it now. I'm not going to argue about this. At this stage of my life,
Because what it might be worth doing, if it hasn't already been done, because I think the Game Lord stuff was on one of the CDs.
That's on one of the CDs on the Apocrypha.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure whether the game laws was Apocrypha 1 or Apocrypha 2.
One
I was
or
gonna-
the other, whichever of the apocryphas. That you can get it on that. Most people have it. I would.
I was going to say that if it didn't turn out to be there, if you have one copy, you could scan it, turn it into a PDF, turn it into a PDF.
No, as a matter of fact, one of the things that Don, reading the word tunnels, he calls himself Don, terrible names. The canon's eyes is the word with Mark. Don McKinney.
Oh, okay.
The things that he does is periodically scan for things in downloadable format. And he has had to squelch that one a couple of times. I guess I'm happy. People think he should go steal it, but not pay for it. So, other than that,
I just wish they could get. From what I understand, Mark may actually be in some level of negotiations with Roger, but I really wish they could finally get the BGP stuff straightened out.
I sent him an email a while back. Mark has tried. I think Donald has tried. Donald does have a certain amount of right, very personal.
But the last I had heard, Roger was basically holding it hostage against making AI a success, and nobody saw that happening.
I don't even understand any of that. How do you make AI a success if no one wants to buy it?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing.
People want the BGP. I expect that Mark would pay a decent penny for the full rights, or would pay licensing for it. Mark and I don't technically have a written contract. We exchanged some drafts of contracts.
Have a sip. Yes.
Alan, I'm the one who replied and said hello and reminded people of Travellercom last week. Just a couple of days.
I saw that come through. I saw that come through, and I was wondering who Just a Carpenter was. That would be us. So that would be you. Yeah.
I think my greatest contribution to the entire topic of all those threads I introduced is what are the effects of telekinesis and microgravity. And I was very happy to see Dave Nelson get involved in it. So there is no action-reaction. Non-Newtonian physics. What a concept. It makes people who think they understand physics rethink it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, the thing is that you got to remember, psionics isn't physics. Psionics is magic.
Quote unquote, because it's impossible to completely understand, it's impossible to completely and reliably reproduce, etc., etc. Oh yeah, it's magic. Yeah, that's why they have researchers dedicated to it. It's metaphysics. Yeah.
Never metaphysics that I fully understood.
That's it. That explains you real well. The scary part is, I remember being 8 years old and getting asked a funny question on math test. It was about how much thrust the rocket needs to lift the payload into orbit. I was one of 2 kids out of 34 that got it right. The other one was guessing. I actually sat down and thought about it.
Which never hurts.
Meaning, yes, the apple did not fall far. She picked up the gamer bug.
Oh, did she?
Yep.
And there is nothing wrong with that.
And yet, one of the reasons I wrote All Search was because most of my group when I was in college, more of my group, the majority was women at Smith College. And I just don't see women always wanting to play something that's a hardcore shoot up game.
For women, it's often a hard sell to get them involved.
That's it.
Very.
Whereas it's much easier to sell if it's a circus, even though they keep getting shot at. One of my
Hold
original
yourself to the board, spin, bang.
one of my original lines was, you know, if this is a circus, why are we being shot at? But I ended up with the, you know, we were having fun with taglines on that one when I was first building it up. So
I'm kind of looking forward to New Rome just so I can see how many lines I can throw in. Did you and Minnie get thumb drives? Get thumb drives. I brought my own.
so if you want to come and sit, that's fine. This is not.
You know what, right?
This is not the active game. This is well.
I can't even talk anymore.
We're outside another place. But if you guys are
Of course.
you want to throw a toast game, that's fine.
This is like, oh, in case anybody wants to grab brought the spread into the spreadsheet.
Not to make it sound like that, but you know.
They're still on the page.
I still have good links to it.
They're still, as of recently, I don't know. I've had it downloaded. I'd like to make another copy of my thumb drive.
I'm thinking.
The only one I got is the version 4. I don't have the version 2. Version 2 is everything's a single text. Version 4 was you can set the text level by default for a category.
Well, that would be the better way to do it anyway.
Yes.
Hold on a second.
I've actually turned. I've made my own. I'm working on recreating the combat rules to integrate using. I'm a year in for a minute. Using TNE ships in either a classic or a T20 setting, but that requires a whole lot of fun work.
I can imagine. There's the computer.
I'm still not anywhere near done enough.
I suspect I can run off batteries, but I'm never quite sure with that.
Many years ago before the answer to the come on, tell me.
Oh, his name is Bobby Oil. It's just that it's his use name, not the name he was born with.
Right.
You see, you'll see that done. You'll see that done all over the place.
Yes, especially when the British have fancy schools. Is anybody else from if anybody else from the travel group can show up? The travel, yeah.
Let's put it this way. A lot of the names I wouldn't necessarily recognize because so many people just handles anyway.
I think I might have recognized him because before he got picked up at GW, he was working in Frederick Bookstore. And that's where I bought most of my gaming stuff. So I didn't know his name, but I maybe I
Is he actually still in the area?
I don't believe he is. I think he's still in the Midwest somewhere. If you read through all of his musings, you'll eventually piece together his tickets like
putting up fresh copies on the site, we'll put it into that.
All right, this
Fin sheets.
It was finished, wasn't it?
With a name like Auntie Latin? Yeah, he was finished.
I remember there's.
I wouldn't swear to it, but I think when he was active in the groups, he was at a .fi address.
He was. I remember that the website was a university website. The link was.
Yeah.
This was like 8 or 9 years ago. It was on the university website. Yeah, I think it was. And he actually had several write-ups for some of the gear. Like his own version of Battle Dress for the totally mechanical arms and real arms stuff out below that. Totally interesting take on that.
Yeah.
V-board, the V-board campaign.
Tomorrow morning, this in the morning. I don't know during the day. I'm going to think of it tomorrow evening. How's that?
If we're going to be losing a lot of people tomorrow evening, yeah, that would be fine. I was actually thinking Sunday before we close up.
Okay, I didn't know. A lot of people leave Saturday night.
Well,
Sunday.
yeah,
That's why I figured
so maybe Saturday night would be the best time to do it.
Exactly. I'm here until the end. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind announcements, I'll say, hey, we have people working.
What time does the first session start?
First session is 8 to 12.
Okay.
So maybe we could do it like quarter to 8 before everybody really gets started.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I knew what time it was.
Amazing, great. Thank you, Ben.
Classic.
Okay. I just grabbed the whole Traveler thing.
Okay. It's got a whole bunch of PDFs. Classic. Actually, to save space, I got rid of the Mega Traveler PDFs I had and the Burp PDFs I had just to make space. But it's got. It even has some Judges Guild PDFs.
That's actually a CD I'd like to see. It was a GURPS Traveler CD. Somehow,
I don't think it was made official. I borrowed it from a webpage in France. It actually had a whole bunch of copies of original D&D modules.
SJ Games is selling most of their stuff from out of Warehouse 23 in PDF.
RPG Director, RPG Essential.
That's good to know. That's good to know too.
So, as a matter of fact, Doherty's Spike Up Publishing has got a bunch of RPG Director.
Martin is with Spiker?
He's got his name attached to his models.
I know he did some writing early on for that. But I thought he and they
There's a series of 5 modules put out by Spike Up Publishing.
He's also written a novel, which I will be reviewing.
I read that email before I walked out the door. That was very enlightening to me.
Yeah, I've already read it through once. I want to read it through again before I start writing on reviews.
What about getting in touch and finding out if we can give you something in the freelance traveler that affects our sounds? Like, for example, the non-recurring that could be put into semi-final format.
That's an interesting idea.
Because I've never, in any book I've ever read, seen how that would be used in microgravity. For example, if you're on board 2 starships, 10,000 kilometers away, as long as your vectors are met, and temperatures are close, there's nothing to stop you from doing a telephone.
That's an interesting idea.
It's never been done anywhere that I've ever seen. Even back in the day when Judges Guild was producing equipment like Swag,
All right.
and they single-handedly invented the concept of the Eingebar. They never addressed how the functionality of it all would be perceived. It's one of the reasons that the psionics never got touched by most of them.
That's right. That's right. It didn't, and by and large, we were told at one point that the Jordanis do have psionic commandos, teleporting commandos. But no, there was the idea of the psionic commandos was never actually thoroughly explored with the ramifications of teleportation from between moving ships.
One of the things,
teleport or telekinetic insertion.
or even more interesting, a 9-Givar commando force was an extraction. A ship in geosynchronous orbit. They just modify their life support system. What's your local temperature? Good, okay, match, jump. Undetectable exit. And it wouldn't have to be straight up. It could be relative velocity.
I wish some of these ideas would happen in long enough long enough lead time so I could have stuck some of it into that psionics image I just did. Because that would, that kind of thing would have made the issue.
Because it's addressing issues GMs may understand on a gut level, but don't have the theoretical knowledge of how to put it in practice in a presentable format for players who grasp it and understand. In other words, well, I want to teleport from this ship to that ship. Why can't I do it? A minor problem of 180,000 kilometers per second differential in relative velocities. Yes, you turn into colloidal goo on the bulkhead of the ship you entered into.
Yeah. And some of it, thank you. Some of it was actually, some of it has actually been addressed in the, not in travel, but I can't imagine that there aren't too many people, I can't imagine that there are very many people who play Travellercom who haven't read
Starship Troopers?
No. I'm trying to.
Gotta go for the basics first.
I'm trying to think of the author's name.
Current or older?
Older stuff. The Gil the Arm.
Hamilton. Hamilton was his name, wasn't it? Gil.
Gil
Oh no,
Hamilton
Gil Hamilton was the character.
I'm trying to think the author. Ringworld.
Larry Niven.
Thank you.
Pearson's Puppeteers.
Yeah.
That's just irritating little mind.
In that world, one of the things that he had was teleportation booths, and he discussed some of those issues. He discussed what happens if you try to teleport too far on a planet's surface, or try to change your altitude too much in a single teleport.
The understanding of physics. Well, this is somebody who applies knowledge of physics and reality on a theoretical level to how it will be applied at a practical level for a pseudo-mystical ability. Brilliant.
It wouldn't surprise me if, by and large, that's the kind of place where most people get their gut feeling about handling certain kinds of science within an adventure.
Another one. Oh.
Like we're going to Rio.
If I can even remember the name. The name of the book is The Route. The Route. Yes. It was the first book in the series.
I can't say.
I want to say Elizabeth Moon.
No, it wasn't Elizabeth Moon. She does know what else.
Not Elizabeth Moon.
Not McCaffrey?
McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey. That is the only series of books I've ever run across that actually, if you read that series of books, it makes you want to run back to the T&E book and start looking at a side drive. Because if you can actually run an entire campaign universe on a side drive, even if the technology is only half understood, using teleportation or jump drive, telekinesis for ship mobility. The difference is it would require what you call, I can't think of another word for it, but an energy sump, because any transition of objects through space results in a transference of energy. So you have to, the only way I can think up to build an energy sump is using the same rules for the jump grid, the jump batteries. The ability to absorb and release tremendous energy all at once.
Speaking of McCaffrey, I have to wonder how many people have taken Kern and dropped it into a travel campaign.
District 268. The Jackpot Planet. Oh, I am to you. The ancients did have a civil war. It was with one of their upgraded species. Full-powered psionic reptiles.
The remnants of which are the dragons of Perth.
No, they were killed off completely. However, they got upgraded, and they went around doing similar things to other critters around the universe. The Varushi are one example. I took away the natural evolution from Varushi and the blacks. The newts, that's what they're called, the newts.
The blacks, yeah.
The one known as blacks just as well. And all non-human species that are intelligent, including the tree, are a result of this adaptation. Their approach to tech is more hardware, since none of them have the mental abilities of grandfather or children. But they never made it to this level. They were wiped out, of course, even though they were much more populous. You know, when you lay batches of eggs of 20 or 30 at a time.
You know, one race which I would have liked to have seen more development.
Not necessarily the same.
Specifically,
The car.
The car?
It's written HHKAR. They were reptilian. They appeared in one original JTAS. They were reptilian, and well, the best way to describe it is cigar-smoking bipedal reptiles.
Could have gotten along with that.
And their home world turned out to be somewhere in the Julian, in what we know as the Julian Protectorate.
Reptiles.
They had abandoned their home world for some unknown reason.
Yeah, free.
Free space, no. They had abandoned their home world for some unknown reason. Oodles and oodles of years ago. Sublight ships, and when I say oodles and oodles, I'm talking about five-digit year counts. And for some reason, they came back. The world in the meantime had been occupied by Gorka. This was not good. And the Hakar eventually won the war.
Well, if you're talking about generations that lifespans, wow. And if they're reptilian, the possibility of an enlarged lifespan.
Well, I think their lifespan in the material that I saw was a natural 200 years, and nothing was said about whether there were any anaglyphic therapies that way.
Oh, real simple. Drop the average temperature a few degrees. You slow down the metabolic processes without affecting the mental processes by matching them.
Don't know. Maybe I'd have to go. I'd have to go find the article again. But that would be an interesting race to do further development. The Verucci would be another one to do more development.
Yeah, it's a bulldozer with tank blood. Great description, but it doesn't tell you anything. Really doesn't.
It's still copying.
Still.
Yeah, I said I took.
How old is that thing?
I think it's actually a question of how fast is that thumb drive.
I loaded a bigger data on there today in 30 seconds.
You were plugged into a USB 3 port.
Probably.
This does not have USB 3.
It's a Dell. They didn't have USB 2 until 2002 or 2003.
Yeah, no, this has USB 2 ports, but not USB 3 ports.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it doesn't have a. Well, when I first had one, it was at that time it was still called PCMCIA. But it doesn't have.
Okay, yes, this is
it does not. No. But what I'm saying is this does not have a card slot for that kind of expansion card.
Well, okay, that's a
any generation. Any generation.
So it's about 2004, 2005.
No, this is actually. Thank you.
This is not a prop.
No, it's not right.
Prop. Oh, it's a prop. It's not a prop.
Now this is actually, I probably got this.
I don't know the business or
I don't think I got the. Well, let's see now. I got this not really all that much before I started doing freelance travel as PDFs. So 2009 was the first 8-page issue of freelance travel as a PDF. So, this, but I don't remember whether I got this before or after I got my current car. And my current car is a 2008 Prius.
Battery hasn't gone bad.
Say again?
Has the battery gone bad in there yet?
They swapped out the battery during one of my maintenance trips. I bring it in.
Those the main batteries, once they go in there, oh my God, $5,000 to change.
No, they changed them out. They changed out batteries on one of my regular 6-month visits, and no, they did not charge me half the amount and 3 continents.
That's good. That's good. That's the one thing that really scared me.
I didn't see the price as being. I didn't see the price as being unreasonable. I mean, yeah, it was more than my usual maintenance. But if my usual, but it was kind of a thing where if my usual maintenance cost $100, $150 every 6 months, this was maybe $250.
Oh, okay.
So I'm certainly not complaining.
Yes, I infected her with the game.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
No,
not at all.
It's an inoculation against most other typical.
There you go.
Like over-interest in dating the wrong guy. I'm certain this is a no-smoking area, and sadly, this is one of my more negative habits. So I'm going to go outside and partake of my drinks.
Okay.
I said this is crossing my mind. However,
879 med copies.
I'm talking to a gentleman I've been talking to for years, but never met.
Things on the surface to allow.
Yes, I am the editor of Freelance Travel.
Now, my issue is getting her to actually do the works. She wants to play. She wants to run. She don't know the rules.
You know, this.
No! This is why they make books. Book.
13.9. Start a Traveler.
13-line starter Traveller? Was that?
Yes. The German publisher.
Oh, yeah. I just saw that. They just started releasing it. It's only been all
That may be something like that. It definitely hasn't been out very long, but it's now for all intents and purposes a real product. And that might be a good place to start.
Yeah, actually, I think I downloaded it too. Release PDFs. I think I got that.
Yes.
And they revisit the Chamet's Pagan Horde.
Oh,
For
nice.
their first adventure. They revisit it.
Nice. Another one. Another adventure I'd love to see revisited.
It's that bug.
Another adventure that I'd love to see revisited.
Which one?
That there are issues in the background story that need addressing. Who were those diseased dead bodies found on the ship?
That's why it needs to be revisited.
I gotta go find that PDF, and if nothing else, send it to Dave and see what he thinks about it. Let me review it and see if it's out there.
Now,
because I think I would write it myself for 220 or for rules-wise. I think actually I should probably leave it open.
I think that the original intent, it obviously didn't work out that way. But I think that the original intent was that the mysterious aliens of Anik Nova was supposed to have been the Volani. If you notice, the numbers that you're supposed to figure out during that adventure, those numbers ended up being, if you've ever seen any of the extant semi-official Volani fonts, that ended up being the numbers in the Volani language, the numerals in the Volani language, including the double zero.
I didn't pay that much attention to that.
I think the intent was that the little humanoid aliens were supposed to have ended up being the Volani.
I think it works out differently though. I think that it is at some point they just happen to be from some TL-16 world or something where they've got the accumulators worked out.
I don't know if the implications were, if it was ever explicitly implied that it was that high.
I'm saying I think that what's happened is that some of the rewrite, this is Traveller 5 stuff, but I think that the intent is, if it's ever revisited, that it would turn out to be from one of those groups. And I think, I can tell you, I think Rob, I should know his name's on here. Yeah,
Rob Eagleston.
I think he's trying to write something around that time. I'm not sure.
Ooh, I have an interesting thought for making for what to do with those aliens for Anik Nova. Think about this. In, I believe it's Lushun sector, there is a red zone TL-17 world. The world is uninhabited by any living Sopho.
I don't remember that.
Savnikis? Robot, they're all robots. Supposedly,
what era?
Classic/Mega.
So it's pre-Symboline chip.
Yes.
Oh shit. That
the Sab robots ostensibly killed off their creators.
Who's the terminated boys and girls?
What I'm thinking is Anik Nova was a Sab sentient ship. Not the ship itself being sentient, but the crew with the original biological sentience from the world, or they were out on a mission and knew better than to return.
Possibly. Or they were psionic and they got nailed by the Empress Wave and they just jumped into this area.
That's an interesting thought because the Empress wave would have been out a bit more forward in that era.
And that would have been, that could have easily been, an unknown race. So, they invented somebody in 220 that exists, it is only possible to create under 220 rules. With technical evolution. And academic. So, what do you do with all the knowledge skills? Theory of technical progress. Ancient Hellenic technology, Solomonic technology, rule of man technology. Well, there's no doubt that. And then all of a sudden, you give that individual naval architect, and what sort of monstrosities coming out there? I'm sorry, can I have the roller glitter out?
Yeah, right? More to the point, what's going to happen, more to the point, what's going to happen when all those old forgotten technologies end up heterodynamic?
For example, leftover fire pits from there. The little bits that's left remaining. Somebody whose knowledge of technology is that diverse has as much clue as anybody at discovering it. He works for her.
Fire pits.
Yeah, sure. The other thing.
Fire pits are to make fire. That's not high.
The other thing is, they burned for 200,000 years.
Very good fire.
The best kind going.
The other thing,
I
the
have
other thing
not,
that they,
I
the
don't
other
have-
thing that could turn up is the line is my Lyman jump drive. That would have been one of the earlier ones.
I read about that.
That's
It
the one.
was an alternate, more massive drive.
It was slightly. It fit. No, it wasn't more massive. It used less fuel. It was more expensive.
Maintenance would have been higher.
Yes. Basically, any costs associated with the drive itself, building, maintenance, etc. Not fuel, but building and maintenance.
Which means, remember, the engineering you hire for that ship is going to cost you more.
Oh yes, absolutely. I said basically for any engineering risks related to the Lyman drive, there's an automatic additional DM at -1. Which basically means that you have to raise the engineer's skill level to offset. The cost of maintaining the drive, the cost of building the drive is 10% more than the Miller drive.
I tried.
On the other hand, there's also you also can't get a jump governor. So if you have a drive that's nominally capable of jump 4, you can do a jump 2 with it, but you're still going to use the fuel like a jump 4. On the other hand, the jump fuel tops out. If you build a drive that goes the maximum distance possible in one jump at the tech level that the drive, that jump theoretically becomes available, like a TL15 jump 6 drive, you're still only going to use a max of 13.6% of ship volume for fuel.
Instead of 1.5%, 10% per jump.
No, what you need to do is you need to look at the energization levels of the Lyman series for the hydrogen atoms. Yeah, we're talking real physics. We're talking real physics. What I'm thinking of, You got an atom, you got electrons spinning around. We'll use the old solar system type model.
So, did you have a nice chat? Yeah,
Electrons
no,
can
I'm gonna
only
tomorrow.
be
I'm probably
at
gonna get.
certain
I'm probably gonna shut down
orbital
soon and
distance.
just tidy up.
When you apply enough energy to an electron, it transitions directly. It doesn't
I
move.
should be here by
It
about 8.
teleports. Okay. The pattern of energization
No, I
from
don't
the
either.
ground
Let's see
state
what happens.
to up to six excited states in what's called the Lyman series, which is a different ground level than the Bolmer series, determines what the
I can't call. Oh, I see. Yes, I could get
fuel
upstairs
usage
and
is
stuff.
essentially.
I didn't even think of that.
And
I'm brain dead.
from infinity to the Lyman ground state happens to be 13.6 I think it's like 13.6 electron volts. So I used that as the max, and then just stepped it, down to the levels below it.
A lot of discussion about how they work.
Now the interesting thing is, a J1 drive at anything at anything above tech level. In fact, any J1 drive uses more fuel for a J1 than a Miller drive does. So even if you discover the Lyman J1 first, even if you discover JL1 first, when you discover Miller J1, you see that it uses less fuel, and you follow the Miller path instead of the Lyman path. The only way you would end up sticking with the Lyman path is if you discover Lyman J2 before you discover Miller J2.
One of the good pieces of doing this where I did was we don't have nearby. Why? Because they really hate humans. 2 intermediaries. They're crazy.
What?
They're not so fond of Margaret. What?
I don't know.
Some other creature.
Well, it doesn't actually. From what I understand, the damper isn't actually just the damper. It can also hasten the reaction, so it can adjust the spin in either direction. Having it being able to adjust the spin in either direction, and plus not just be a damper, is very convenient. I mean, think about a Chernobyl event.
My computer.
Okay, clean up.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to bring everything but the screen.
Okay.
No, we're going to put all the screen is going to stay here for ease.
Now the interesting question is,
nuclear damper modifying
there are
high because
He told me about God mode. It's when someone hacks into a game and can make their character immortal, right? But stuff is supposed to be unhackable.
Okay, so who's this overlord?
No, Overlord says Avatar. He IM'd me while I was online. He knew my name, address, social, everything. Unplugged the security camera at a specific time and he would tell my boss about my porn addiction. I had no choice.
No noise for a mattress. Best 3 hours of my life.
Right. Somebody else is calling the shots. Calls himself the Overlord.
That's his avatar. And Avatar is a guy that blew people. I slept through the movie.
Hold on a second. I'll have you know Avatar is the best film of the last 20 years.
Which is about how long it takes to watch.
Okay. What do we know about this Overlord?
He's a world-class hacker.
He dug up some dirt on the place where the gameplay. Maybe he dug up something on Caitlin used it against her.
Plausible, but why kill her after she cooperated? Caitlin said something about facing the music. What if she was about to go public and say that she was blackmailed into lying about the
I pissed off the overlord enough to kill him.
Yep, we just need to find out what he had.
Let's go. Good. Meredith, go online, see if you can track this overlord. No problem. And I have you know, my avatar is unstoppable.
Okay. That's supposed to happen.
I'm a level 4 paladin. This is very advanced. You don't understand.
Is that guy on the wolf head?
Oh, overlord. Okay, try to see if you can get somebody to track his game ID. One of these has got some manners.
It's gamer tag. Can't you just shoot him or something?
This guy's too good. He's got moves I've never seen before.
Maybe you can lose if you're on him.
What?
Oh, come on. Okay, use the wall of fire.
What?
It's control, alt, shift, just do it.
Nice.
Wait, where'd he go? Lost him. Crap. Okay, go to that rock. It's an Easter egg. It unlocks the circle spell.
Hey, you know what? There is no game rights boyfriend, is there? You're the expert.
What?
Mm-hmm.
No. Keep playing combo roll like the dragonfly.
Okay, listen. We're trying to catch a murderer here. Secret ninja gamer skill. Let your freak flag fly.
Boom.
Let your freak flag fly. Wow. And you were keeping your superpowers hidden why?
Do you have any idea how hard it is for me to be taken seriously as a young female detective? And if they figured out I was a hardcore gamer? You better keep this between us, or I will kick your ass in real life.
Whoa.
You're an expert.
Play the game. I'll keep your secret. Nice.
Yeah, that's Roxanne. It's like,
Practice test for
as soon as boys find out, a lot of boys, as soon as they find out she's a gamer, they don't like her.
Caitlin was right. She bombed the LSATs, SATs. Caitlin was not going to take tests.
Maybe she passed the bar at all. You find anything?
No, nothing yet. Oh, bingo. No one can leave box gold fences uneaten. I remember I ate these when I was pregnant.
I don't remember you ever not eating them. Okay, Caitlin, where are your secrets hidden?
Secrets. Just said Rosa. She meant it literally. Under the rose. Yeah.
Caitlin's idea with Heather Stark.
Blackmailing him. Let's go talk to the band.